What's going on, guys? It's Fox, and in today's video tutorial we're going to be updating the PS5 from an older firmware. Could be whatever firmware you're updating from. You have a choice. I've included two firmwares. I'm also going to include a backup link just in case this goes down. You have the firmware page to get the firmware from. I just did this so it's easier. I've given you two options, firmware 06 or firmware 07. These are the only firmwares right now that require all the newer games to play. There's only one game that requires firmware 0.7, that's Avatar. I'm not going to be updating to firmware 0.7, I'm just going to be updating to firmware 0.6 because there's only one game at the moment. When more games become available, or if a backport becomes available for Avatar, which I don't really care about, then I'll go from there. But as of right now, I'm going to update to 0.6. It's your choice which firmware you want to choose. For this video guide, you can use whichever firmware you want. So that's totally up to you. First things first, go ahead and grab a new flash drive in the computer. We need to format it and delete everything on it because the flash drive has to be in FAT32. And I'm going to show you how to do this so you don't run into any problems. Okay, so this is the flash drive here, okay? So plug it into the computer, right click, then press format, and just do what I'm doing here to avoid any errors because the GUI format tool runs into problems. So what you want to do is you want to do NTSF. Go ahead and press start. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, that's done. If you run into any problems, if you have an older flash drive like I do, so just go ahead, right click, press format, and what we're going to do is we're going to format an exFAT. So go ahead and press start. Okay, after that's done, all flash drives work differently sometimes. Press format again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to NTFS, press start. Okay, formatted it. So if you want to check the format, just right click and press properties. And as you can see that we're in the right format now. Okay, inside my pack you want to open up the GUI format tool. And I have to leave out the extension, otherwise MediaFire will delete my upload. So at the end, just you have to rename the file. Just put .exe, press OK, and that will get the executable program to work again. I have to do that because otherwise MediaFire will delete it. They'll think it's a virus because it's an exe file. Okay, so you want to run this as an administrator. Make sure that you click the right drive. You don't accidentally click another drive. As you can see, it says USB drive, and there's a D, and there's a D. So all you do is you press start. And as you can see, it's done. And if you're not sure if it formatted to the right format, just right click, press properties, and now we're in FAT32. You have to do that with this application to get it into FAT32, otherwise you'll run into an error. Okay, now that we formatted the flash drive, pick which firmware you want to go for. I'm going for 06. It's up to you. So open up the folder. You need to open up the folder. Open up the folder. And you have to rename the file. Make sure when we rename the file you have the caps lock key on. Okay, very important. It has to be in capitals, so you want to name it .pd. You have to do that, otherwise if I upload it, it's not going to work. It's going to think it's a virus. So go back, and go back. Just confirm that's the right firmware you want to use. Make sure you named it correctly, as we did. Okay, now you want to just copy it. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, after that's done, you want to safely remove the flash drive. So you just click over here and you right click. Then you just press eject your disk. So go ahead and do that. Just letting you guys know, I'm not going to be able to record this through the Elgato because it's not going to work. So I'm going to have to use my phone. I'm sorry about that. What you need to do before we get started with the PS5 is go ahead and plug your Type-C your Type-C cable, get the cable, plug it into the back of the PS5, take your flash drive and plug it into the front of the PS drive, in front of the PS5 USB. Then what you need to do is you need to hold down the power button for 8 seconds. You're going to hear 2 beeps. You're going to hear beep 1, then you're going to hear beep 2. After you hear beep 2, you can let go of the power button. That's going to put us like in safe mode / recovery mode, so we can install the firmware. Okay, so I'll meet you on the in the recovery mode. Okay, so I held down the button for 8 seconds and it automatically put me in recovery mode / safe mode. As you can see, it says safe mode. Make sure you have a controller plugged into the back of your system, and make sure the flash drive is plugged into the front of the system, or however you want to do it. That's just how I've done it. I know it works. So you want to go ahead and turn the controller on, and as you can see, now we're in safe mode. Go ahead and click on option number 3, update system software. Go ahead and press update from USB drive. Do not press the internet, otherwise you'll update to the latest firmware. And that's telling you the firmware that you're on. So you want to go ahead and press OK. Make sure the flash drive's plugged into the PS5. And now it's detecting the flash drive. I'll be back when that's done. And as you can see, it detected the flash drive, and that's the firmware that we're going to be updating to. That's 0.6. That's basically firmware 6. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and press the update button. So go ahead, press X and press update. Okay, so go ahead and press X on update and let that do its thing. It's going to take a little bit, so I'll be back when it's done. As you can see, it's installing. So go ahead, just let it do its thing. It's gonna just turned off now. It's turned itself back on automatically, and it's doing the update. It's rebuilding the database. Yours might do this, yours might not. It all depends. Okay, now that we updated the system, turn the controller on, and we're gonna check the firmware to see what firmware we're on. As you can see, I came from a previous jailbreakable version to the newer jailbreakable version. So you want to go into settings, then you want to go into system, then console information, and as you can see, we're on firmware we're on firmware OFW6. See, it says 22.02-0. After it says -0, that's your firmware where the first number says 6.0. That means you're on firmware version 6. We just came from 5.50 to firmware 6. Before we get started in the next step to jailbreaking the PS5, you need to either use Victorious's auto jailbreak Blu-ray disc, or you need to use a PS5 game. For this guide, I'm only using the auto jailbreak by Victorious. It works great, no problems or anything. I'm not going to be using the game disc, and there's also no WebKit at this time as recording this video. I could be wrong, but there's no WebKit like on the PS4 and on our older jailbreak. So we're going to have to do it by these 2 methods only. Either burn the Blu-ray disc or get a specific game and do a game file save exploit. If you don't have a Blu-ray burner and you don't have blank Blu-ray discs, that's the cheapest and best way to do this. Is just go out and buy an external Blu-ray burner or an internal burner and buy a pack of Blu-ray discs. That's your best bet. So now I'm going to show you how to burn the image. I'm using some stock video footage from another video tutorial guide I made. So now we're going to burn the Victorious Blu-ray disc. So what you want to do is just open up this folder. If you don't have Image Burn, go ahead and install Image Burn, and this is the file that you're going to be burning with Image Burn. So go ahead and continue watching the video, and I explain how to do everything. And the first things first is we're going to go ahead and install Image Burn. So let's go ahead and install it. So just right click, run as administrator. If you don't have that option, it doesn't matter. Okay, after that's installed, we're going to go ahead and burn the image. Now, I also included the older images for Victorious's exploit here. So what we're going to be doing is burning the auto jailbreak, and these are the older ones. Sorry about that, I had my browser pop up. So these are the older ones I've included. We don't need these. I put them in the pack in case you need them or want them or whatever not. This is the newest version here. Now before we get started, you need to have an internal Blu-ray burner in your computer, or you can use an external one. I'm not going to go over it. You just want to use Blu-ray disc rewritables. You can buy them on eBay or Amazon or wherever. They're just rewritables. Make sure you get rewritables so you can rewrite the image over and over again in case new updates come out or whatever. They were cheap. I bought them like 2 years ago. I think it was like $20 or $30 for a 10-pack of them, so they're super cheap to buy. It was a 10-pack of rewritables. So I'll show you what to do next. Just in case you're wondering which ones I bought, these are the ones that I bought. I bought them about 2 years ago when the Jailbreak first came out. I have a printer that can print directly on discs. That's why I got these printable ones. I'm sure by now they have cheaper ones that you can buy. This was like $20 or $30 like I said. So yeah, that's why I bought them. So let's jump back into the tutorial. I'm going to show you how to do everything. Okay, what you want to do is, for the first time we haven't, just open up Imageburn. I'm going to show you a trick here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, we open up Imageburn and the blank disk is inside the drive. We're going to close it. Since this is the first time I actually installed Imageburn on this computer. I have it on my other computers. We're going to open up this folder. Make sure it's version 12 right here. See, that's the latest version. Don't use this one. That's why I named it old version. We're going to open up this folder and we're going to right click on it, and we should... Okay, so what you're going to do is, in case you have other burning software, you can right click and click properties, and we're going to change this, and we're going to change it to Imageburn, then press OK. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just like having the function there. Okay, now that you told the program how to use the image, what you want to do is just want to right click and you want to click burn with Imageburn, and that will automatically queue up the file. Okay, I'm going to show you how to burn this. Uncheck the box that says verify, otherwise we'll be here all day. Where the C it says max, you don't want to do this on max speed, otherwise it's going to burn at maximum speed. Depending on your Blu-ray rewritable discs, this disc is able to burn at 2x. So I'm going to change this to 2x. You can go lower, but I'm just going to do a 2x. Sometimes if you go too low on the read and write speeds, it's actually going to write at maximum speed. So you could just do 2x and go from there, and just press the right button. See, it says the disk needs to be formatted before you can write to it. Would you like to format it? Just press yes. This is a brand new disk. I've never used it before. It's kind of like a flash drive. And this is our data down here, and you can see what's going on. We're at 0% erasing. I'll be back when this is done. If any problems come up, I'll let you know. Also, in writing images to disk for future reference, just so you know, I've been writing images to disks since the PS2 age. Always write with slow images. When you write with too much of a write speed, you'll get errors sometimes. So you always want to do slow speed. So this is going to take a little bit. Very important, this is going to take a while, so just let it do its thing, okay? So go do something else in the meantime. You can always check your progress bar. See, it says zeroing sectors. We're at 5%. This is the first time I've actually rewritten a Blu-ray disc before, so I'm not sure how long this is going to take. Okay, it took about 40 to 45 minutes to write the image to the disc, LOL. Everything's all complete. We're all set, ready to go, and now we'll proceed with the tutorial. So you want to just go ahead and press OK, and that should eject the dish. If not, just manually eject the disk and we'll be all good. I forgot to check the box to eject the disk, so yeah, we're all good right now. Okay, now that you're done burning the image with Imageburn, you can go ahead and take the disk out of the computer and let's plug it into the PS5. So I'll meet you back on the PS5. Okay, now I'm putting the disk into the PS5. It will automatically show the jailbreak load up, so I'll show you what to do next. So give it a second, it's going to load, then it's going to throw you up on the screen. Okay, here's the screen. I'm going to have to do this on my phone because it doesn't support the Elgato, because it's going to go into, like, video mode or whatever. So give me a second and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so just go ahead and press X on the play button. This is the first time I'm running this actual disk on the newer firmware, so I'll show you what to do. Okay, you want to head over to Pipeline Runner. That's the default choice. Do you see it says 1.all-in-one UMTX 1.pipe? Go ahead and press X on that. And this is going to run the jailbreak. And you can see the two pointers. See how it's going up and down? When you see those two little arrows pointing, that's your selection tool. So we're going to press X for number 1. Don't touch anything. Let it do its thing. It's going to automatically close out the application. I'll let this run in real time to see if there's any problems. If you get any crashes or anything, that's normal. I haven't had this crash so far. Sometimes the system will turn itself off or it will just stay frozen. Then you have to repeat the process. So I'm just going to let this run. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. This is the newest version of the pipe of the exploit, and as you can see, it's running. I usually let it sit on this page until it's done. Then I know, it's safe to close it out. Even though it automatically closes it out, it does this. Okay, it's safe to take the disk out of the drive now, so you can go ahead and press the eject button. Okay, now the next step is we have to go on the computer, so I'll meet you on the computer now. Okay, now we're going to take the flash drive and we're going to put it back into exFAT. So click on your flash drive, right click, then press format. Then what we're going to do is we're going to format it back to exFAT, so make sure your selector is on exFAT. So we choose exFAT. Okay, that's done. Open up your flash drive. See it says app for PS5. Open up this folder and you want to copy and paste these files I have on here. You can just find them yourself, or you can do whatever. I don't use the App Store. I just get stuff manually, so when I accidentally connect online and something happens or whatever, it's totally up to you however you want to do this. I'll meet you back when this is done. Okay, the file is copied over. Take the flash drive out of the computer and put it into the PS5 in the front port or back port, whichever you want to use. I always use the front port. It's up to you. Okay, and like I said before, if you weren't able to make it this far, keep trying the Blu-ray disc exploit. I've never had a crash. Not once. I'm so surprised. Old firmware never crashed, and new firmware never crashed. So, okay. Now what you need to do is we're going to head back and we're going to head into the home screen right here. Okay, now if you're not sure if the console's jailbroken or not, it will show a little circle with a line through these, but as you can see, the console's jailbroken. I'm assuming you don't have any stuff on the system, so go ahead and press the R1 trigger and we're going to head over to settings. Use a D-pad and press up, head over to the gear icon, and as you can see at the very bottom we have debug settings, so that's good. So go ahead and press X on the debug settings. Then what you want to do is you want to go to package installer. And very important, if you don't see these packages on the root of your flash drive, you put them accidentally inside of the folders. They have to be on the root. So no folders. Always your .pkgs have to be a non-folder. They have to be 100% on the root. So backtrack the video. I forgot to say that. If the files are not on the root of the flash drive, you will not be able to read this. I'm going to go ahead and install all of them. I already deleted my old Itemzflow because I wanted to make sure this works without a problem. So go ahead and press install all. And that's going to go ahead and install it. They're very small. They go over very quickly. If you weren't able to make it this far and said, error occurred or whatever, you have to re-jailbreak the system. So sometimes that does happen. It's a little buggy. A lot of people don't show it, but sometimes this does happen where even though it says debug settings, the system didn't actually do 100% jailbreak and it won't let you proceed. So just, redo the system. Very important, when you turn off the PS5, you have to redo the Blu-ray disc each time. It's a tethered exploit. It's not a hard CFW, so you have to do this process every time when you do it. And we're going to see if Itemzflow opens up, and I'm going to show you how to get games running. And as you can see, Itemzflow did load up. This is an explorer if you needed to copy and paste files. Some stuff is locked in this application where it doesn't do read and write. It's not their fault. It has to do with security of the system. I'm not going to get into that. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. So what you want to do is you can open up the Itemzflow Game Manager for the first time. Just press OK. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds to load. So this, okay, load it up. Okay, now I'm just going to load a test one because I've never used this in the newest in the OFW 6. I want to make sure it loads, and I'm going to show you how to put your own games on. So we're just going to load this one up to see if it loads, and I'll explain what to do. So we're going to test it, then I'll show you how to put a game on. As you can see, it is loading, so I'll meet you on the computer now. Just want to do a quick test. Okay, we're going to test the game out. I've never tested this one before. This one's called right here. This requires OFW 6 or 7, so 6 through 7. Make sure that your folder is not inside of a folder like, you know, it would be inside a folder. So you see how it's the file structures like this? That's perfectly fine. Make sure your file structure looks like that. It's not going to always be the same, but you have to make sure you have loose files. Then in the previous folder, you have the folder with the name of it. So what we're going to do is we want to cut this, and we're going to put it on the root of our hard drive. Okay, after you have the folder on the root of your hard drive or flash drive, we're going to go ahead and plug it into the PS5. Please bear in mind, some games will only work on the internal drive, some games will only work on the USB drive or external storage. Sometimes there's compatibility lists, sometimes there's not. It all depends on who keeps them updated and everything. I don't test each game, so I don't know. It's the first time I'm doing this game, so we'll see what happens. Go ahead and plug your external storage device, USB drive or flash drive or whatever you're using, plug it into the back of the PlayStation 5, into the back. Don't use the front. The front ports are slower. So plug it in the back, and I'll meet you on the PS5. Okay, go ahead and open up Itemzflow. Go ahead and see where it says PS5 app, press X on there. Then use the D-pad. On the right hand side it says change app path. Go ahead and press X on that. If your hard drive doesn't pop up, just make sure that you remove the flash drive from the computer. I'm sorry, from your PS5. I forgot to remove it before. I was going back and forth. Okay, so go ahead and press the R1 button. When you press the R1, well, sorry about that, drop the controller. Press the R1 button, and that will put you on the right hand side of the screen. R1 is for the right hand side of the screen. L1 is for the left hand side of the screen. See the little selector? Okay, now we're back on the right hand side of the screen. Now we're going to try to copy our game over. So I'll show you what to do. After your game is selected, go ahead and press the square button on the selection. Okay, then use a D-pad and head over to launch games. I'm sorry, to the launch section. Press launch, and we're going to see if it loads. I've never tried this game, so I'm not sure if it's going to load or not. So we're testing it out in real time, and as you can see, it's loading, which is awesome. This game requires firmware 6 or all the way up to firmware 7. So it is loading, and as you can see, the game did load up. Okay, now we tested the game and we can see that the game loaded up. I'm not going to play the game because I don't want to be here all day. So go ahead and press the PlayStation logo on your controller, and what we're going to do is we're going to go home and we're going to try to put this on the internal hard drive and see if it actually runs. I'm not sure. It might work, it might not. So if the game doesn't, for you, if the game doesn't run off of the internal hard drive, you have to do it external hard drive only until, without going to the whole debacle, until we can get PKGs installed for PS5 on the system. We have to do this, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, let's open up Itemzflow. We want to head over to the game that we took for a test drive. So over here, go ahead and press X. Use your D-pad, head to the right side where it says IO options, press X once, then press on your D-pad, press the right hand, see where it says copy app folder, go ahead and press X on there. Okay, now we're looking for a folder called data. So go over here and press square. That will copy it from the hard drive or flash drive to the internal drive of the system. As you can see, it's 11 gigabytes. So I'll be back when this is done. As you can see, it copied over. It took about 5 minutes. So go ahead and press OK. And what we're going to do is, do you see where it says remove virtual app? We're going to remove this. Okay. So click remove virtual app and we're going to exit this application. So you have to do this every time you do this for the first time when you install a new game. So go ahead and press the PlayStation home button on the controller. Press home. On your controller, where's the three little lines on them, you want to close out the application. So on your controller, press that button. Then press close game. Okay, after that's closed, go ahead and unplug your hard drive or flash drive from the system. This will be my first attempt to seeing if this game runs from the internal hard drive. So we're going to go ahead and reopen up Itemzflow. Okay, where it says PS5 app, go ahead and press X on that. Then you want to press change app path. So just go ahead and press X on that. Just go ahead and press down with the D-pad and we're going to look for the data folder. So go ahead and press the data folder, press X on that folder. Now find the game that you want, that you copied to the internal hard drive. Okay, this is the game. Like I said before, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. So go ahead and press square on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and press launch. Like I said, this is the internal hard drive, so we'll see if this works. I'll be back when this loads up, and as you can see, it is loading up. So that's pretty good. Don't worry about the problems. If you have a problem over there, it says something, that's just, you know, it's whatever. You can disable that, but that's for another time, for another video. So that's basically it on how to get the games loaded. Like I said, if you run into any weird problems or any kind of weird messages or whatever, just go ahead and try to repeat the process like I showed you. I'll show you one more time, so if you do have a problem, or I'll show you how to add it fresh if you wanted to. So what you can do is you can go into Itemzflow. Sometimes you have to repeat the process for the game if you get a weird crash or something doesn't work or whatever. So I'll show you what to do again. So what you're going to do is we're going to go over to here. Sorry about that. We're going to go to here. You want to press X on that and we're going to click remove virtual app. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to close out of Itemzflow. Okay, we're going to reopen Itemzflow. Let's say the game's already on the hard drive, you already put it on, but it crashed or something happened or whatever. So go ahead and press X on that. Then you want to open up PS5 app. Then you want to head over with the D-pad and press change app path. Then you want to head over into the data folder. After you head into the data folder, you want to select the title. So what you want to do is go ahead and press square on there. And as you can see, it's queued up. Then you want to go ahead and press launch. So if you have any problems or anything, you can always try it again. Some games work from the internal hard drive, some games don't work from the internal hard drive. Okay guys, that's all done. I want to show you some safe ways of keeping yourself safe. If you do connect online, I don't go online at any way, shape, or form. I do everything via offline, but I'm going to show you how to stay safe just in case you want to go online. So you want to go into settings, then you want to go into system. Go ahead and click on system software update settings. So click on this. You want to make sure all these two boxes are turned off so you don't accidentally update the firmware of the system. If you do that, there's no going back, so make sure you uncheck these. See, that means it's on, that means it's off, so make sure it's always facing the left hand side. Anyway guys, that's it for this video tutorial. I'm not going to be covering getting the user guide and changing the DNS, because sometimes this works for some people and sometimes it doesn't work for other people, so I don't want to make anything more complicated. So always just remember, be super careful. I do not recommend you turning this the internet on. I absolutely do not recommend it. You accidentally click something, you're not paying attention or whatever, you update the system, there is no going back. I recommend just keeping this 100% offline. If you need any PKGs or any other stuff you need to do anything with, just do everything via offline. That's your best bet. Sorry this was a long video. There was a lot of stuff to cover in this video guide. Anyway guys, like and subscribe to Fox Den. I'll catch you later. Have an awesome day. If you have any questions or concerns or whatever, jump into the comment section. The repack is inside of the show notes, and also, if I remember, I'll put in the comment section. If the links go down or anything, just mention something, then when I have some time, I'll put backup links up. So I'll catch you guys later. Have an awesome day, and thank you so much.